Crank 'em up.
Man, and that's what we did. We cranked them up, we cranked them down. There was action from Decatur, Illinois down to Gunnersville, Alabama with the storms and all the wind. Man, it was cool. You guys got a full weekend in Decatur, though, so let's go ahead and start chatting about that. Let's start with the bottom up, I guess. How was the weekend? And then we'll get into some of the results overall.
Uh, it was a good weekend. Great weekend for racing. There was a little bit of weather Saturday night that pushed off some inspection stuff till Monday, but or till Sunday. But other than that, it was good. We had some on the way home. Sunday was a little bit windy. It's windy. It was windy when you don't have a wing or it's stuck in up position. But other than that, great weekend of racing, sunny, tons of fans. The whole shoreline down the like Lakeshore Drive or whatever was literal just filled with cars and people.
Wow. So obviously, last year was their first year back after a many year hiatus. Do you feel like they had more people show up this year on the second year? Like they improved upon it?
I would definitely say so. It was we didn't it was a little bit busier this year, so we didn't get to have like the full open pit like we did last year. Obviously it was kind of easier last year having a 2 hour windbreak. But we did get to do little autograph signing with a lot of fans, and I mean the entire day during that signing too, the whole thing is the road down to the pits to where the food trucks were was just packed, and
Wow.
I would say they went bigger and better this year for sure.
That's awesome. And we got Sean Bowser waiting in the wings here to come on the show here in a little bit, and he'll give us his take as the race promoter and where they go from here on improving upon it. But Y boat Eastern Divisionals, who won that?
That's a good question. I believe it. Oh yeah, it was Eddie Canfish. I had to think about it for a second.
Look, I put you on the spot. I knew who won.
Oh yeah, I
And
bad part is I made the post, so I should have probably remembered.
and 2.5 stock was Grant Hearn. Good to see him running.
Oh yeah,
Um, I don't know if we talk about 2.5 stock before Bob, the head of Rage, gets back from his black flag or what, but I do say I don't think them Hondas ran away with it like everybody thought they would. So
no,
that's pretty cool to see. Now, again, if Al Thompson's boat was there, maybe a different story, but that'd be a different story, Ford or Honda.
yeah, it's been the same story for the last couple of years.
Yeah. And
But
2.5 mod, obviously, Kyle won with that, with the S35. I don't know how
yep,
many times this has been where a 2.5 stock has won 2.5 mod championships, but maybe
I
that whole combining classics thing needs to happen.
I I threw a little shade at Sean this weekend. He said something about his engine, and I was like, hey, just got to throw the Honda in it.
That's it. That's it. I wonder. I'm sure Eddie might be on. I'm not sure if he's watching or not, but I'm sure he knows what the times were between him and Grant Hearn in the Y boat to S boat. I'm just curious on a course like that. See what they were, and then 5 later. Paul Barber, man, he's on a roll this year, ain't he?
Oh yeah, yeah, this
See
thing
if he
cooking.
see if he can keep it going this weekend in Sorrel. But yeah, how did he win from lane one, lane three? I couldn't see. It was too high up.
Yeah, I didn't have the chance to watch. I think we were just getting the boat out of the water when they were starting to run. So, or it might have been up on. I don't know. It was a
Somewhere.
quite a hectic weekend for us, and
Yeah, you were down a crew member or more.
yeah,
Your main crew member, Dave, not being there, obviously puts a hurting on you guys.
oh yeah. But Jillian and my mom, they pulled through and held the boat. Jillian came out with a little battle scar on her leg from trying to stop the boat, and turned out
Nice.
good.
There you go. She'll learn. Shouldn't have just let you hit the dock. That's it.
It was Kyle. I'm smarter coming
Let him
back to the
hit the
dock.
dock.
I'm scared of the dock.
Oh. What about National Mon? What would we
National
get there?
Mod had Cassandra Briggs in the NM42. That was awesome seeing her. I think last year, or the year before was her rookie year. So
That's really cool. And she's another one of those that came out of the driving school, correct?
I don't know if she did. She was engaged to Jeffrey Scott, who passed away. He was driving, I believe, that boat and a 350 before that, and she took over those boats for him, and he's been doing a hell of a job. That's for sure. I mean,
That's awesome.
Eastern Divisional Championship in second or third year. It's pretty good.
Nice. That is pretty good. Good to see that class had a fair amount of boats there. What about GNH? They have any GNHs there?
Yeah, there was Kreitzer, and I think Jeff Weddle was also technically a GNH. I think they were. I think I don't remember who won. I know Weddle did win a heat though. That was pretty
Okay,
cool to
that's
see.
cool. Yeah,
It was a
that's cool.
cool painted boat, Mr. Cater.
Oh, nice. There you go. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah,
And and skiffs were Sam Awancio
as
again,
predicted.
just crushing it this year. That's pretty
Yeah,
awesome to see.
can't beat them.
What else y'all have there? Flat bottoms? I don't really
Flat.
ever pay attention, but
Yeah, it was the SCSA, and then there was one pro stock, so he didn't get a run, obviously for divisionals, but I believe they had him run with them, just kind of on the outside since he had a lot more power and whatever. But J JT Brittle, I believe is
Britain, Britain.
Britain. Yep,
Okay, cool.
one for flat bottom.
Nice, nice. There you go. That's a family that's been doing flat bottoms for a long time. Always nice equipment. Always
Yeah.
fast.
And go out winning against Fitzgerald and Hernandez. It's always a big feat. Those guys are always fast.
Definitely, definitely. So I think that's it for the results, right? That's
I
all the
think so.
classes.
Yeah.
We hit them all.
Yep.
All right. So I think we'll go ahead and bring Sean on and get his takes on the Decatur event.
Like it.
Hey, wake up, bro.
I am awake.
How many days did you sleep for after this weekend?
Oh man, it took me 2 days to recover.
I could tell by the post you were up early like every day
Yeah,
in
I couldn't even
preparations.
sleep. But no, it was a good weekend. It was a good weekend.
It's good. We spoke a little bit before bringing you on, and Austin believes that the event got bigger this year. A lot more fans were there. How'd you feel being the second year in? Did you have some things that you wanted to change that got better, and you see success in that?
I was worried about like the sophomore blues. The second year, the first year went so phenomenal. I was worried the second year wasn't going to be, as good, or maybe we'd be a little lackadaisical on things. But I was pretty wrong. It was great. The few things that worked out themselves last year that I didn't worry about kind of sprung up this year, and so yeah, things that we fixed got broken, and things that were broken got fixed. So it's weird. As every year goes by, there's something different you got to work on, and we're taking a lot of notes, and we're going to be ready for the nationals next year.
There you go. That is exciting. With it being the Nationals, do you expect more boat count, higher prestige? What do you feel as a race site hosting the Nationals?
We're talking about a third crane right now, just in case, and I'm hoping, knock on wood, we pull about 80 boats. We pulled 63 our first year. We pulled 50 this year. No doubt, probably got boat count was lower, probably because of Guntersville a little bit. But next year, I'm hoping we'll get a lot of other boats that didn't come, like speed skiffs. We had 6 this year. I hope we get 10 of those. And I think if we just get a couple more in each class, that'll put us over that 80 point.
Yeah, there you go. I think that's definitely doable. You guys keep putting it on the map that it's the premier inboard race, and it's like I wouldn't say East Coast; it's right in the middle, so everyone can come from either coast. And I think that's gonna draw more to the Nationals than most of the time. Like this year, the Nationals being out west, I don't feel like they're gonna get a lot of East Coast participation. So next year, I feel like everyone's gonna want to go there because it's their next shot to do the East versus West championship.
Yeah, it's going to be, like you said, I mean, there's really not a lot of excuse. You got 13 hours from the East Coast. You got 30 hours from the West Coast. It's right in the middle. We've had great weather, knock on wood. And we're shooting for the same weekend right around there. Me and my committee got to come up with the exact weekend, but it's either going to be the first or second weekend in June.
Nice. So after an event, how soon do you guys get back together as a committee and start planning for the following year?
We always do about 2 weeks. We're going to start have our first official meeting. Now, obviously, we've been talking over text and And I'm still delivering banners, from all these businesses I had to go out and do. And I did that today. I had to return the radios that we rented, stuff like that. But we're going to have our first official meeting probably in about 2 weeks. And that's when we decompress, we debrief, talk about, how the vendors did, what went right, what went wrong, and how to fix things and how to make things better.
Nice.
Quick
Nice.
turnaround.
Yeah. I guess you got to start thinking about it when it's an event that big. Did you guys have concerts this year, or did it not work out with the city for the concert like the year prior?
No. Friday they had the Kiss tribute band. I think it's the #1 Kiss tribute band in the nation was there Friday, and that was a riot. I mean, there was a crap ton of people down there. Saturday night they had an illusionist, but it got that rain hit us like right at 6:30, 7 o'clock, and it's an outdoor amphitheater, so they had to postpone him till the next night.
Okay, gotcha. Well, that's cool that you can tie that in, and also people might hear about the music, come down, and then see the boats and be like, "Oh, this is happening tomorrow. I'm gonna come back tomorrow." So it's good to have that mix in that you guys have.
That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to make it. God forbid a wind delay does happen, that we have other things to do for families and with kids and stuff to do while we're waiting on that wind to die down. If it happens, it's always good to have contingency plans.
Yeah, for sure. I know Austin and I were just talking that without the wind delay this year, didn't have that open pit area that the fans seemed to love last year, but you guys mixed in autograph sessions and there was lots of people for that. I think that's great. A lot of race sites, especially inboard race sites, are missing that fan engagement, and you guys seem to pick the ball up and just running back to it to what we used to have at pretty much all of our race sites.
Yeah, and one thing I'm going to work on APBA with is like a media pass. The whole $25 to be an APB member to get inside the pit area, I think that limits us. I think we need to have the media in our pit area. Obviously sign the waiver and get a pit pass, charge them money for it, but get them in the pit area. Let them interview drivers and owners, take pictures. It can only help us. It can't hurt us.
Exactly. Yeah. The more stuff that can go on social media, the better for the race sites. I mean, you see, I think now Decatur.com is posting a lot of things. And so you get other fans involved in that might have a nice camera that they like taking pictures with, and definitely can only help. That's a good idea, because I know when we talked to the boys from Cambridge, that has hurt them because they used to sell pit passes to the fans so they can come and see us. And that's what our sport's built on. So they went from taking a profit from getting fans in there to now having to pay money because they got to pay for all their volunteers and that such.
Yeah, I had to add that to my budget this year. We have probably about 30 or 40 volunteers that I've got to pay for their pit passes because they're required to have them, like my on-water personnel and other people inside the hot pit, because our pit area is one big hot pit. We don't have a cold pit area unless it's like after the races. So yeah, that's an additional budget line item that I've got to deal with, but we got through it.
Yeah, definitely just something else the race sites got to take care of. Austin, you got anything you want to jump in here with?
Not exactly. I mean, all I can say is it was an awesome weekend. I know the crew you guys had on top of everything was killer. And particularly Jeremy, I wanted to give him a shout out. He killed it this weekend. I know he said at the drivers' meeting some people might hate him, but it sucks. He ran a great pit this weekend, and stuff ran pretty well on time, and boats were in the water when they needed to be.
Yeah, he makes things happen. He's one of those guys that you hire him for a job and you just forget about it because he handles everything. If he needs something, he'll get a hold of you. If not, he makes things happen. And I mean, you were there. You saw our pit area is smaller. Our dock space, we're going to work on more dock space next year. But I mean, for what he did, it was phenomenal. I mean, we got boats in and out, and hardly anybody waited on the docks.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
What'd you think of that mile and a quarter?
I loved it. I will say it was like I said earlier, without a functioning wing on Sunday for the one heat was a little bit scary on the long course, getting a little bit more speed. But once it was functioning, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's because you carry a lot of speed off the turn. Yeah, yes, the turns keep on going. The turns are the same distance as the straightaways. So yeah, it's I call it a big fat Waterford, because Waterford is a big fat 1 mile, and this is a big fat 1.25 miles.
Yeah. That definitely.
Where's Bobby at?
He's on wind delay.
Oh.
He's supposed to be coming soon. He was putting the kids to bed. But yeah, that course thing is a topic of conversation, a long topic of conversation coming up. Is the big courses are great for drivers and the speed and stuff like that, but I feel like we've been watching a lot of races, both Decatur there and Gunnersville this weekend. It seems like the show gets spread out because you just got big turns. You got to be a lot faster to win from the outside than that guy inside. But it's every race course is different. I know Hampton always had the big course, and then you go to tighter courses on the river. So it's one thing to think about for what best is for your fans. Is it the speed or is it the competition to make it a different course?
Yeah, and because I'm turning around now, we're going to Salina in 2 weeks, and that's a short 1 mile or a smaller 1 mile.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, glad to have that.
And
race
what's
back.
what's
That's gonna be
Sorel?
cool.
Yeah,
So-
what is Sorel? Is that a 1 mile?
Yeah, it's a 1 mile ocean course.
Ocean,
Ocean?
pretty much.
It is the roughest one in the circuit. It's going to be the survival of the fittest up there. But hey, that's the cool thing about boat racing. Our courses change. Everything's different. You don't have the same bumps in the road like Sebring does in race cars. So you got to drive the track.
But no, like I said, I'm glad you guys had me on tonight. I just wanted to get on real quick while everything was so fresh in my head for Decatur. I mean, the race fans were awesome. The race teams were awesome. We just hope for another great year next year. And I'm going to do everything in my power. Like you said, there's no rest for the weary. We dive right back in.
That's awesome. Yeah, everything I've seen on Facebook, especially from teams that this was their first year, is it's all positive. Everyone loved the way they were treated, the event, the facilities, all that stuff. So I think it's really cool. I feel like you guys have the potential to keep growing into what it used to be back in the late 90s, early 2000s as the premier destination.
I will apologize about the live stream. That will be rectified next year. We had some issues with it. Where all I can say is it will be better next year.
That's it. That's all we can do is keep improving. It's one of those things. You never know till you get there. You can test and get all that situated. Internet. Heck, we have problems here on Chasing Tails sometimes. It's all nature of the beast.
Sometimes. Most of the time.
Then I got my boat put back together again after melting down a piston. So
Good.
Yeah. Were you not able to repair because you had your promoter hat on?
it got repaired, but we put a gasket in backwards. It's very easy to do. And if you put the gasket in backwards, it lets water into your cylinder. So that's what happened when I went out on Sunday, and we didn't know it until it was too late. And then I'm like, you know what? I got to be a race director, race chairman. I'm done.
Whoops. Yeah. Well, that's good. We definitely appreciate you doing that because obviously it wouldn't run so well without you being hands-on from start to finish of the event.
And just to let you know, when you did pull away from the dock on Sunday after it did get started, the whole beach erupted. Everyone was cheering for you. The fans there love you.
That's awesome.
And it is, your work has definitely been shown to a lot of people. So definitely big hats off to you and your whole team for putting together what you did.
Well, thank you for that. Like you said, next year's the Nationals. We held back on budget a little bit this year, knowing we had Nationals next year. So we're going to have some special stuff for next year because, in my opinion, Nationals is Nationals, and it should be the premier event in all of APBA for inboard. And that's what we're going to strive to do.
That's awesome to hear. I mean, I think everything you guys have done to this point should make everyone out there, teams, fans, all that, excited about that theory right there that the Nationals are the premier deal, and you're going to bring it back to that because obviously what you're doing is working, and that's what we're pushing for too. That's it. I'm sure you've seen our East-West Challenge and splitting the coast and all that because we need that premier one event where everybody wants to come and win, wants to be there, be a part of it, and I think you got a good chance of building that back.
Well, good. I'm glad. And like you said, in the support of you guys and the Chasing Tails and all that, it works out really good. I think I think I see a turnaround in boat racing. It's slow, it's painful, but it's coming. It's coming around. We're going to get together and hopefully get some boat counts and get some good races together again. And promoters won't have to worry about 25 or 30 boats. We'll start breaking that 45, 50 boat barrier a lot more consistently.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I'm sure we'll be talking soon because we'll be back at the IRC trying to change some more things.
Oh yeah.
Well, we're going to have a new chairman this year, so you never know what might happen.
That's it. We're going to have a new chairman. It's going to be chasing tails, all of us, in the whole sport. It's going to be live. Anything we do is live.
It would be
But
interesting.
yeah, I just talked to Timmy today. They broke down from coming home from Gunther'sville. I think they're still in Illinois right now because I still got his 1 liter rig sitting in my backyard, and he's going to come pick that up later next week. So yeah, I'm kind of when is it Madison? Is that next for everybody?
Yeah, for most of us for the Unlimiteds for GP, but we got Sorel, Salina in between. A lot of racing coming up here in June.
Yeah.
Well, what'd you think, Brandon, of your first hot lap out there?
It was pretty cool. We didn't get very far, but it's definitely a different feeling. To do like 140 in that boat was a lot different than 140 in the GP. Just a lot of boat around you. You kind of float on a cushion of air. The steering is a little bit easier than the GP at that speed. I'm sure it's going to get harder the faster we go, but it was really neat. Just getting them things started is very weird. It's not a hit of the button and go. It's hold button, hold the other button, then hold the third button. It's a lot of mind games.
Yeah, I'm guessing you guys are. I'm hoping you guys get it ready for Madison because it's going to be a great weekend, and you're going to be welcomed with open arms when you get there.
Yeah, it was really cool. All the support we had down there, just being a low budget team again, and the rebuild year. And obviously going to Madison is going to be cool too. So it's coming back together. We got a lot of parts in the works and stuff like that. So we'll be well prepared by the time we hit Madison.
Good deal. Good deal. You guys need anything else? I mean, I ain't lying. I am tired, man. I worked out in the garage all day today. So
Yeah.
Yeah, retired life's tough, man.
Yeah, right. It is. Yep. It's starting to get hotter, so it's gonna just wear.
It is. It was hot here today.
Yep. We got someone commented that there's a inboard race this weekend in Richland, Washington. So still some action going on here in April.
Oh yeah, the racing at Richland. It was good to see that Kip and yeah, I was happy to see Kip Brown, his daughter's Katie's 1 liter going finally. She was happy, very happy when she came back in on Sunday.
Yeah, that's really cool. I'm sure that was a proud dad and mom moment for them. All the work they done to get that thing going. Obviously had their struggles on Saturday, so I'm sure to see her smile was well worth all the work.
And then, I love Eddie Campus to death, but when you're given the best boat and there is in 1 liter, it makes it pretty easy to win a class like that. Yeah. He's my bud. So.
We're still waiting for the stat guy there. We're trying to see what the times were between his win and then the Grand Hearns 2.5 stock win, so we know if we can combine the classes or not.
Yeah, that was it was nice to see. It was nice to see the 2.5 or the Honda out there in that 1.25 miles. I was hoping for some more Hondas. I was hoping to see like 4 or 5 more Hondas, but I know how things go in the racing world. But it was cool to see those boats running good out there in that big 1.25 miles because I don't think they've been on one before.
No, not really. I think just there. Yeah, actually, no, we're on 1.25 miles. So it was good to see, and they didn't get spread out as far as people thought. Good to see. I mean, obviously, there's still other boats out there that might be faster, but it was good to see the competition was still there after all that fight of which one's faster and all that.
Oh,
yeah, I think
Bobby's
that's it.
Putting babies to bed.
Yeah, I guess he'll be on at some point, probably when me and Austin are about to wrap the show up.
I was about to say, it looks like it's shaking.
Green flag has been lifted. You got a green
there
flag?
It is.
You got a green flag?
Watch him
Bob?
be muted. He's gonna be.
He can't hear this.
We can hear
1
you.
to the 5, Bobby.
We can hear you. Don't say nothing.
Yep, there it was.
We can hear you. God, he's got a brain cell sometimes.
Yep. I can read lips too. Oh, there he goes.
Can you hear us yet, Bob?
Now, I got it now.
Got
Sorry,
it.
guys.
Where-
There was a
where-
wind delay there.
Where's your
There
green
was a
flag?
wind delay. You know, I figured y'all like to look at the black flag when we're on a wind delay, so thought I'd put it up there for a while. Man,
Gotta do what you gotta
Sean,
do.
what's going on, buddy?
Nothing. What are you up to, Bobby?
Oh, just got back from a dance recital.
No,
daughter's
my
dance
days of that
recital,
are
not
long
mine.
gone.
Yeah, it's quite interesting.
But- I missed you this weekend.
Yeah, I had some things I had to do, but hey, so the race, brother said the race was pretty good. He said the water was nice and got a lot of racing in.
Yeah, we got all of our heats in. The water was really good actually. We struggled with some thunderstorms later in the afternoon that kind of cut down on the like the fan experience, but no, we got all the racing in.
Good stuff. Good stuff. A lot of fans there this year.
I didn't see it firsthand, but I was told it was more than last year.
Okay. All right. And I heard you put a gasket upside down in your engine.
Yes, I did.
Man,
It's fixed now.
good stuff. Good stuff.
But
That's what happens when you're focusing.
I didn't have to put a race on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's play race director or work on an engine. It's hard to mix both. But
Milas was awesome. Yeah, Milas was awesome again on the radio. Doing a broadcast. And I don't know if you heard earlier, but we're working on the live stream, and that's all. I'm going to Forrest Gump that. That's all I got to say about that. All right.
Hey, you brought it up first. I didn't say anything. I just want to be clear on that.
I was trying to find a way to mount my camera as high as I could.
Look. I mean, I was thinking about putting my desk all the way down in the room and sitting way back. But no, I could not really tell who was who. But Milas did a good job making it exciting. That man, I mean,
The voice.
he has such a tremendous voice for announcing, and he's such a good announcer. It's a shame that he won't go to more races. I mean, you haul him off for your race. Like if you top three announcers, I think Jeff Baylor, John Toomey, and Milas. Like you get any of those guys on at your race, they're going to make it exciting no matter what's going out on the water.
I think my drone guy was trying to get Decatur and Guntersville in the same shot by going up higher and higher and higher.
It was damn close.
Yeah, I think he did. I mean, there was one point I went out. I could tell it was your boat because your boat's green. The other boats, I'm like, I can't tell who's who. But
It's all good.
But yeah,
It's all
they were also trying to play turn judge too. So they couldn't really play around that much with the drone because they're trying to play turn judge and do two things at once. So it is what it is. You live and learn, right?
Yeah. And we're gonna. It was a good learning experience for next year, and hopefully next year we're gonna have the whoever does our live stream is gonna be ready and prepared. Not that they weren't this year, but they're gonna be. They know what to expect now, seeing what it was last year or this year.
Yeah. It's definitely different doing boat racing than anything else, and knowing where to put the camera on the action and that kind of stuff, and having the audio synced up, all that. But hey, if that was the least concern from the weekend, you're still doing something good.
Yeah.
And we can complain all we want, but we should have been there.
Did you cancel the races after when you heard thunderstorms were coming, or did you guys just keep ticking at it?
We finished the day. I think we didn't race on Saturday. We didn't get a GNH heat in and a vintage heat in, I think. But we ran them first thing Sunday.
That's a good race director right there.
Those two right there could have been combined anyway because they're about the same age bracket, the vintages and the GNHs.
I have no comment on that. I give everybody equal opportunity on my water.
So you have all right. So last year was your first year back. You picked it up this year. You did good. Next year, going on to bigger and better things. You got the U.S. Summer Nationals. Have you sat down and processed on what you want to, besides the live stream, what you want to try to do different to hold the U.S. Nationals next year?
We're going to make it a more fan and racer experience. We want to combine that more. We were just talking about having our media. There's a barrier right now in APBA of getting the media in our pit areas. You know, the $25 you got to be a member stuff. That's a barrier in my opinion. We got to get the media inside our pit areas to interview the drivers, to interview teams, to take pictures. And that's got to happen. I want the experience. I want these little kids to look up and go, you know, hey, I want to do this one day. And they can't do that if they're sitting up on top of a hill and not seeing us. Because we are all of us were there one day. We saw, you know, the Jim Cropfields and the Bert Hendersons, and we wanted to be them. And now we are. And that's why I want to give back to these kids.
You're right. I mean, like we push on Chasing Tails. You need content, you need live stream and media. Get media in the pits. I mean, it's another source to spread the word about boat racing and trying to get people involved. So that is a must. I have to try to break down that barrier somehow.
Yeah, and all it takes is one moment in the pits, and those people will come back every year. And like I said, maybe even become boat owners someday.
Yeah.
Or just
And I would like to talk to the driving school and get them kind of like, because the driving school is either a week or 2 weeks before the Decatur race. I'd like to get those drivers that went to the driving school, not a VIP experience at my race, but get them into the pit area and show them what a race actually, you know, is. Yeah. You know, it's a well choreographed dance. You know, like you said, Jeremy in the pits did an awesome job. It's a lot of wheels turning, but you know, you get them all turning correctly, and you get a hell of an event at the end of the day.
Definitely.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, just like last year, it was pretty cool. You know, you had West Coast boats, East Coast boats, all come together. So hopefully next year, bigger and better. Maybe we can, on Chasing Tails, we can haggle some HRL boats to come down, give them a hard time that they're afraid of the competition and see what they do.
They can't be like saving their stuff for Sorel. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Tell them Decatur's waiting for them. We got a big mile and a quarter waiting for those fast Hondas and those 350s.
Yeah. Definitely going to keep pushing it for next year. I think there was a lot more coming, especially 350s and definitely Hondas that were talking about it. But then it just seemed like once it came time to commit, I know a couple of the 350s had troubles testing, and it's like, man, just get to the race and figure it out there.
Yeah.
I'm glad you mentioned testing. We might do testing on Friday next year. That's what we're going to try to work into the schedule, like 11 a.m. to like 3 p.m. testing.
Oh, that would be
pretty cool.
Yeah, we don't have that at events anymore, so it's a good time. I mean, we talk about it all the time, especially with the HRL schedule, that like you don't have time to test the propeller because with the assigned lane formats, if you throw away a heat, that's going to hurt you the rest of the weekend. So it'd be nice to have an event where you could do some tests and try some things.
Yeah, Nikki's yelling at me right now that I'm cutting out in her live stream right now. So
that's all right. Hey, at least we're close to you.
Yeah.
But yeah,
but no, lots of good things coming out of Decatur.
Definitely. We're excited for it. I think if you don't have anything to add, we'll go ahead and let you go. I know you look like you need some sleep, so we're gonna let you go.
It's already laying in bed, pillow and everything.
Yeah, it hurt.
Well,
I've still got buoys in my yard.
I'd like to say,
you owe some T-shirts. You guys owe some T-shirts. 3 buoys got taken out this weekend.
3 buoys. All right, we're gonna have to get our shirt guy on it. Do we know who hit them?
I think Davenport was one. Do you remember the other one?
Again,
I don't. I'll have to look at the video.
All right, yeah. Davenport already has a shirt. We ain't doing another shirt for him.
He got it at the national meeting too. That was
We'll send him
When he
a
got his
two
US1.
X2 vinyl sticker he can iron on.
Yeah, iron on.
Yeah, like hashtags on his sleeve.
yes.
Yo, that's funny.
All right, gentlemen. Thanks for
Well-
having me on.
Well, hey,
Of course.
Keep on the Decatur Boat Race Facebook site. I keep it updated often. So yeah, and I'm working on nationals. So we got 361 days to go, brothers.
There you
well,
go.
congratulations on a successful weekend over the weekend, and thank you for doing what you do. Really appreciate it. You know, you brought a great race back, and you're doing a hell of a job. So thank you.
Appreciate it. Means a lot coming from you guys. I really do appreciate it.
And we'll do everything we can to support the Nationals and make sure you get a higher boat count next year. That'll be cool.
All right, you guys take it
All right.
easy.
All right, bud.
you
Have a
too.
good one. All right, boys. Where are we at? Did you guys just do the interview? Sorry, I mean, you
Yeah,
got a
well,
little-
we kind of went through the results of Decatur, and then brought Sean on to talk about it. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's cool to hear.
it got
I mean,
a little windy here,
he-
so I had to put up the flag.
I had to put up that flag. We
Man.
stared at it the whole time, front and center on this screen.
Hey, how do you think I felt over the weekend?
Yeah.
H1 live stream is just pointing directly at that flag for hours.
Then you go to Decatur's and you're watching ants race.
Yeah, it's like you either watch a flag blow or the ants go marching. One of the two. It's like, Jesus, I don't like my brain was fried.
You could tell by Sunday you started to get vocal on there.
Dude,
Like
it
I
was,
sat through this all Saturday. I'm not
Dude.
sitting through it again.
No, he
It
was
was-
vocal on Saturday too.
like, you know, like cameras, they're battery operated these days, right? Like you don't have to have it plugged into a wall. You can walk around and interview people. Like I don't want to see people in the booth talking.
right.
Like I don't want to see Brad Luce and someone, whatever, Tanner. Like, no, go interview drivers, go interview mechanics, go interview engine builders. Just watch. Put a camera up, watch people work on their boat. I know there were some blown up engines
Yeah.
in that thing. There's
There's a
blown up
lot.
engines. People were swapping engines. Just put a camera there,
a
like,
lot going on.
and walk away from it. It's way better than watching a flag blow in the air for 5 hours.
The only thing I'll give to Decatur's or Gunnersville's defense is that's a long ass way to send a signal. But they could have
Yeah.
moved everything to the pit area, brought the whole media trailer over there on Sunday because we knew we wasn't racing. Them dang poor fans had to sit.
The
around all day.
outboarders are on that side. Go ask them
Yeah,
how
that's
those
true.
things, you know. I
Yeah,
mean,
the offshore guys, all them.
those outboarders, I bet you they have tons of stories, you know. They're crazy. They're crazy.
Yeah, they was up partying real late. We was in that same pit area of a campground thing, and phew,
Those
was up very
outboarders
late.
don't have breathalyzers, do they?
no, I know they don't.
Hey, they hit up.
Speaking
They
of
make
breathalyzers.
a lot of rule changes because inboard makes a lot of rule changes because outboarders get out of hand. Now
Yep.
we need to implement breathalyzers all across the whole APBA. How about
Yep.
that, guys?
That's it. That'll control 'em. Yeah, you
Like
can't. Throw
we have to
people in
have
the water
we have to have
anymore.
stupid prop covers on because these outboard guys don't know how to work their way
Can't-
around the prop. So
Can't throw people in the water after they win anymore because of outboarders.
oh yeah,
It's crazy. You
Jesus.
just wonder how this stuff starts. That's all I wonder. Like, who is the one that brings
Stupid.
that up? Like,
I want
hey
to know.
guys, I have a great idea. Boat racing is known for throwing people in the water after their first win. Yeah, let's just give
Because it's a water sport.
like
We
Like
can't even wear
flip-flops.
flip flops. Jesus.
like flip flops. I mean, why do we need closed toe shoes? What's the boat gonna drop on my foot? Come on,
Man.
now. It's
If a boat
sport.
drops on my
Ain't gonna
foot in a
drop on your
shoe,
toe.
all it's doing is containing the pieces that were chopped off in it.
right?
You know how that works.
I
right,
know that's
Brandon?
it. That's it. That way you keep them. There
So
was someone that I think lost a little bit of a finger. I haven't reached out to see how they're doing, but I think Roger Mahan got his finger a little cut off there or something. Something happened in that pit area.
that's
on
not
Sunday.
good. That's not
Yeah.
good. Hopefully he's all right. He's got some engines to build, so he
Yeah.
need both hands.
Tip top shape there.
He need both mittens. So GPs, let's go. Some made it, some didn't. Some ran, some didn't. I I don't know. What was your Brandon? You were there front and center. What was your take on GPs this weekend?
I think we did better than last year at Gunnersville,
Yeah.
attrition wise. I think there's still some stuff to build upon. That first race of the year is always like
Yeah.
you always have issues. I don't know if we need more test time prior to the event or what we need, but seem to always have issues. I would say as a driver,
It's hard to blow up your engine Friday and then think you have everything figured out for Saturday because your
Yep.
backup engine might just be doing the same thing.
right,
I think
never.
I think so. Maybe a hold a test like Edgewood.
Yeah,
People need to make it to Edgewood. We need to hold a test session at Champions Lake in Springfield, Ohio. I mean that
That would be
course
wild
is.
for GPs.
I mean,
Yeah.
if you set them out one by one, it would work. But
Yeah, you're getting an HRL at pretty much.
oh yeah, for sure.
that's fine.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. It is kind of hard for people just pick up and test. I mean, but it's
yeah,
not.
but it helps because you can go out like us and testing. We haven't had this motor in the boat yet. It's brand new from Marty Wolf. That I went out in the first lap. It was the EGT lights were coming on, so I just backed off and come in. But if that was a heat, I would have had to keep pushing and probably blown up the motor. So at least a little bit of test time we got. But it wasn't like we could make the change and go back out and make sure it was right. We had to make the change and then go out for time trials and hope it was right.
Yeah.
So that was a little like nerve wracking. But I don't know. I think the main learning from this weekend is we got to do something about race courses if we want to keep fans around. The big courses just became a parade. I mean, GP is a prime example to me, and not to be arrogant to any other team. You had the 4 fastest boats, and they lined up in lane 1 and 2, and 2 couldn't even hold a candle to lane 1 after the first turn, first lap. Like it's just a parade. And they say assigned lanes is a parade. So, but even if fighting for lanes, it'd still be a parade.
I
Need that
agree.
big turn, little turn. Make it a race.
I
And
agree.
no mile and 2/3. If somebody says that again, man, go watch the parade last year.
Yeah, I agree. Record courses only help out a certain few boats throughout the whole country. Not. I mean, there's boats out, the classes out there with boats that no boat in competition will break the record.
Yep.
So you narrow your people you're trying to help. It's very little. Now, best results is to have a tighter course. I don't care if you want to just do same first turn, same second turn, or a big turn with a small turn to a teardrop, but you get better competition. And if you think we're wrong, go watch Guntersville. Sean, not talking crap. Go watch Decatur. Go watch San Diego. And then pick Cambridge. Go watch Cambridge. Go watch Valleyfield. Go watch Beauharnois.
Detroit.
You have
I think
Detroit,
Detroit's a really good one, especially
Detroit with
350s and stuff.
350s.
That was the best show
You
ever.
have side by side first and second place fights. Like you don't get that with these big record courses. And if you want to make your fans excited, you have boats racing side by side rather than a parade.
Yeah, nobody
Show
knows
me-
if that boat's going 5 mile an hour faster because it's a fast course.
Yeah, show me a heat from any of the big courses in the past 2 years if there was a deck to deck for first place or even second place. Second place there might be, I don't know. But I mean, and it doesn't last long. You get these tighter courses, you're going to have battles throughout the whole race. Or you could have a boat fighting his way back up through the pack on a tighter course. You're not, if you have a bad start or you get cut off in the first turn, you're not fighting your way back through the pack in on a big massive course.
No, I think you got to give drivers course. I mean, just like Sorrel this weekend, we talk about it's going to be rough, but it's a driver's course. You gotta learn how to figure it out on that course. I think that gets exciting for the fans. And Brockville, same way. It's a tight course. It's exciting for the fans. You never know who's in out the water. I mean, but something like you guys were talking about last week or the week before about Champions Lake being a shorter course, like that's going to make it exciting. People are going to be right there, so close to the action. So it's definitely something everybody needs to think about. long term. Is it for us or is it for the fans? I even had a conversation with Dave Villawalk about it, about the unlimited course. He says he likes the fast course because he's used to Yelm, Black Lake, stuff like that, but maybe it's not quite the way it should be. Like, you are carrying a ton of boat speed, and accidents like his are going to happen. I mean, happened the year prior with, I think, Corey went through the tail, same thing. So it's like, what do we do here to kind of bridge the gap to where speed in competition are the best?
Did you just move the Villawalk accident?
Well, I was talking about what he said about like the big course. Like, it's cool for the speed, like you're going fast, but also there's negatives to it as well.
All right. I want a fan. Go to Guntersville. Watch Guntersville. Tell me how fast Ken Lupton's going. Go to Valleyfield. Watch another Ken Lupton heat. Tell me how fast he's going. Can you tell how fast they are going on a bigger course or a smaller course? I don't think so. I don't think it's not that big of a margin from a small course to a big course. Now, mile 2/3, are they moving? Yeah, they're moving, but hard to tell when they're not side by side.
Right.
When they're spread out in a parade, that, I guess you get more bang for your buck because here goes a boat, here goes a boat, here goes a boat, rather than a small course, they're gone.
Yeah, and we're not saying there isn't good competition on those, but it takes a lot more than if it was a tighter course, and it's just been proven time and time again. Like we talked about before, how many like heats do you go back to and be like, oh my god, that was the best heat I've ever seen from Hampton? Not many.
Nothing.
But how many can you say that about Valleyfield? I mean, there's like 3 or 4 in the past year that went deck to deck to the finish.
I was going to say 3 or 4 a weekend.
Yeah, so it's like, is it the I always said it's either the competition or it's the course, and I think this weekend, especially with GPs, showed it's the course. You take them same heats, Jeff versus Jack, me versus Ken, and go to Cambridge or Valleyfield, we're deck to deck the whole heat.
Yep, I agree.
And I'm not just saying this because I lost. I mean, if I was on the inside, would have won. So it's like, I'm just saying that's where the competition needs to be, and it's all about them fans in the stands.
Oh,
Now,
100%.
Do the fans at those race sites know any better? Probably not, because they're not hydroplane racing fans. They're not watching every event. But
and at what point do we say that these bigger courses hurt us because we're trying to get content out there, build an image of racing, and attract sponsors? And when we have parades, I mean, it's more sense just go run time trials then, because these parades are kind of pointless. I mean, do bracket racing or something.
People are racing against their own top speeds at this point, not against other people.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah,
you're racing now. You're like, oh, my prop. Let me go faster with this next prop, because as long as I get, especially fighting for lanes. Do you think about it at some of those courses? Like, you guys buffaloed the start both time, but you got lane 1 and could have walked away from it.
Yeah. I only had lane 1 to 1 heat.
Yeah.
The second heat, I was lane 2, and
you probably hit the start. You probably hit the start better in lane 2.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. I will say this because I meant to message him. Woody was questioning his call of jumping the gun on Sunday, and I watched the GoPro back because he was like, "How? I thought I was like right next to you at the start," because they said he jumped by like 2 seconds, and yeah, it looked about like 2 seconds. I thought he was next to me too, but that must have been just water or another white boat or something, because he was out there.
Man, Keith Morris just told me that in Australia they'll walk around barefoot in the pits. Come on, man. What kind of insurance? Which insurance company do they use? Because we got to fire ours.
That's what I'm saying.
It's either that or we got to fire some of these people on the safety committee, because.
But we got the same insurance. We got the same insurance as offshore, and them guys get to wear flip flops. They don't even got to wear driving suits.
So that means it's these stingy mother inboard that won't let us change this rule. We got to get this rule changed. I want to wear flip flops, because you know what? I don't work on the boat. I'm
Yep.
wearing my flip flops. I read the rule. I read the
know.
rule last week. Shut up.
Yeah,
I read
we
the
did
rule
get a
last week.
comment. We did get one of those police officers on Jason Tales about your flip flops at the driving school.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, thank you. He'll probably get a yellow card. Thanks.
Yeah, no. Guess what? If people want to go on about flip flops, read the rule. You ain't working on a boat. You're not retrieving a boat out of the water, putting it on the crane, or touching a boat. You can wear flip flops. It is
Yeah.
in the rule book. And
Nope.
so you know what? I'm gonna use that to my advantage. I'm gonna go buy a new pair just for boat racing.
There you go. Somebody said definitely not in Australia, so it must be New Zealand because them boys.
It's
never
got
wear
to be in New Zealand then. So
Well,
anyway,
down under.
all right. Well, speaking of comments and stuff on Facebook, let's talk about these Facebook warriors about Bill Walk.
Jesus, they're crazy.
Man, give the guy a break. All these people who are commenting never stepped a foot in a hydroplane. I'm not knocking anyone. Some people just don't have the opportunity to do it. But you want to criticize the man up and down, and you never step foot in a hydroplane. The guy is the best to ever do it in Unlimited, and you're giving him a hard time. Like J. Michael Kelly did it last year. Did I see people asking him to quit? Nope.
Yeah,
This is his
Corey.
first time flipping? Nope.
Corey did it in the exact same spot the year prior in Gunnersville. So.
Yeah, I mean, come on, give the guy a break. He was pushing it. He had a roller, unloaded the skid fin. Anyone who unloads a skid fin in a corner like that, going that fast, that's exactly what's going to happen.
Like Brandon was talking about, they're hauling through there.
Yeah,
Carrying
they're
so
doing
much
like
speed.
$160 at the exit pin there.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
insane.
That's a lot
Do
of
a
boat
turn.
speed.
that would have happened to anyone. And if it wasn't for Dave, most of these boats wouldn't even be going this fast because he set up 90% of them.
Right. And the safety and everything. A lot that hit me on the way home because I sat and talked to him for a while about some things on our boat, and then he'd talk about his accident that took out his fingers and like just the amount of safety things. And he's had his hand in almost every boat that's in the field today.
Yeah.
And just the safety things he did with the capsule designs and doing these. He got into some stuff about lunar landings, and that's why we use the shafts we use. It was way over my pay grade, but it's just like this man has done so much for the sport. Like, why do we start bashing him at any chance we get?
I don't know. I hope he keeps racing. I'm sure he will keep racing. I gotta say, I gotta hand it to him. Last week when I picked him to win, I was like, man, I just hope he gets in there and fight for lanes. Fucking Heat 1. What did he do? Slant. He went out there, parked, and put it in lane 1. And I'm like, let's go, Dave.
I was impressed.
I was hyped, and I was so excited. So Facebook warriors, you all got to chill out. The man knows what he's doing. He can drive. Everyone else has accidents, so why aren't you asking them to quit? No one is pointing this out. No one is pointing this out about the whole heat. Anyone see how fast that U11 was going?
He was booking. Yeah,
Andrew wasn't catching him.
No,
Andrew wasn't catching him.
Somebody was asking Jamie at the autograph session. They're like, "Where did that speed come from?" He's like, "I don't know." I was like, "Oh, he knows."
That thing was hauling, boy. I was
He
like,
was
"Let's
moving.
go." That was pretty cool to see. Hopefully they found something and they just carry that speed through the whole season because that was pretty cool.
Yeah, H1's going to need it. They're going to need as much competition as they can get.
Yeah, and with Dave getting up there and he caught everyone off guard first heat of the season, just trolling, bringing it back to the 2.5, 5 liter days where you get up there early and you just park it. That's going to set the tone for the rest of the season with these guys fighting for lanes. So
yeah,
let's
and for record, he was like, I think the last one off the dock.
There you go.
Andrew was the first one off the dock. That was the first time he's ever beat everyone off the dock. It must be the new radio person.
So that's going to set the tone for the rest of the season. So let's pay attention to what everyone else does. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be exciting.
Yeah, for sure. And I also got to send a shout out to the U11 group for they're stepping their game up on social media. They got this new sponsor and flavor pack, and obviously had a good one in Mercury's last year. And I think they realized some things that they can improve upon. I've seen lots of pictures, cool videos, and that's what all these teams need to keep doing, and just promote their sponsors, promote everything. Stop hiding so much.
Yep.
It's a, I think they're putting a little bit down. We're obviously doing everything we can too, so that's what you got to do. And especially at that level, all eyes on you. I can't believe, still shocked how many unlimited fans there are out there. I never realized it till being involved that there's a huge following of loyal people. That loyal people become brand loyal people. So there's probably people buying flavor pack just because they like the U11 now.
I don't even know what flavor pack is.
Frozen veggies and fruit. I don't know if it's just a West Coast thing, but it's like the frozen bags you get at the grocery store.
I'm gonna, after the podcast, I'm gonna see. Sarah's got tons of frozen vegetables and fruit and stuff in the freezer. I'm gonna go see if it's flavor pack.
There you go. Why don't you go see right now? Put your black flag back up and go see. No, I'm kidding.
2X back up.
So, but yeah, so that was that. And what about those offshores floating, man? They don't even look fast enough to.
Yeah,
I mean, that's because they're so big you can't tell how fast they're going.
They do 100. I feel like again they should have had a shorter course. I know they're built for big courses, but like they blew over way like 2.5 miles away from the fans. So if you're gonna blow over, at least blow over in front of people.
They were going that far away from the fans?
It was a 5-mile course. They went all the way damn near to the pit area and then like way down lake from there.
Are those the same ones that were at Stewart, Florida?
No, these are dual outboard cats. Ronnie was going. I think Ronnie's buying one. He was all about it. He's like, man, I'll get that for down in the river. That'd be fun. I was like, get it, man. There's one for sale right down here. But they all came in their big rigs. Again, it's like they have a lot of things going for them on the side of the media and the partnerships they have. I mean, you got Celsius on one boat. You got one girl that drove the Demon Bikini. She's definitely got an OnlyFans. We had some people find it to show us. It was pretty good stuff.
Oh, I heard about that.
Yeah. So you got a lot. And I mean, they come with their full big rigs. The one that was parked right across from us, they had a big stacker trailer with the golf cart with the toolbox, the pit box with the grill on it, like everything. It was pretty cool. It's all that stuff. I mean, when you bring that kind of image in, also helps the event too. But yeah, I don't know if Gunnersville Lake is a good place for them to race, or they all seem to enjoy it. So at the end of the day, that's all that matters, as long as they're happy. And obviously they were the only ones to run on Sunday, so that's good that we had them for that.
Yeah.
So
yeah, what's up next?
We got Sorrel Tracy.
The Demon
Anyway, just kidding, guys. Just kidding. Hopefully that race can actually happen this year. The past 2 years, it's gotten blown out. You know, they tried a couple heats, but it was just unraceable because
we ran last year. We sat around all day Saturday while they mowed the grass and the water, and then we ran a little bit that day, and then we ran, I think, a heat. Or no, maybe it was Sunday we ran. Yeah, we got blown out Saturday. Sunday they were mowing the grass. I don't know. I confused. But we were almost to the finals last year until Bert broke his back. Broke back Bert.
Oh, and now we found another ride last minute. Bert.
that was good. That was good. TJ let us know that the Sorrel stream will be good.
Oh, probably because you got the H1 boys from last year doing it.
Yeah,
that stream. You know,
now hopefully they got the pit cam. That's all they were missing all last year was a pit cam. Have a rolling camera. Could even be on a crane pointing down, man. It'd be cool. Like, hey, look at that guy. He just fell off the trailer.
That would be great. So we got Sorrel Tracy this weekend. The following weekend, we have Salina, Ohio.
We also have Richland this weekend, and shout out to Bo Rarig. He just said, I'll be in Richmond, so if you guys want, I'll keep you guys posted on who showed up, results, etc.
That's cool.
That would be much appreciated.
Yeah, we unfortunately we got some contacts out west, but our contacts don't really give us any information.
Yeah, I was on Alex this weekend about that because we were working together with posting up the results, doing the little canvas sheet, making it look fancy, and posting. And I was like, wow, I didn't know you West Coast people could put up results. She's like, we're trying. We're going to do better. I'm like, I hope so because we struggle on Wednesday to know who won what. So we're going to have to send somebody out there.
That's great. We have anything else we need to touch on from over the weekend? I mean, I don't think.
I don't think so.
Look. As much as I went on about the H1 live stream, they're still trying to get their thing going. They just you know, they got a whole production crew going, and they'll get there. You know, they just got hiccups, and you know, just got to improve in some areas, but they'll do it. Just got to keep action flowing, man. You interview people. There's no racing, interview people, interview mechanics, crew, owners, drivers, fans. Interview fans. Get the fans to talk about why they like racing. You know, just ask them questions. We don't want to sit there and stare at commentators for hours at the end, or on an end, or a flag blowing in the air. That's painful. But they'll get it going. You know, they're just trying to work out some kinks, and well, once they do, it'll probably be better than ever and be really exciting. So,
yeah, you know. Someone put a comment in our chat about this music that they chose for the outboard heat. Let's listen to it together. I've never heard it. Hey, y'all go read that comment of what they think it is. Hey, you didn't have an announcer. Jeff Ayler quit, or no? It was Brad Luce quit on these outboard guys. Poor guys.
That's wild.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. I love it. Love it.
But that's probably from the space movie from 1992.
Stop.
Yeah.
Shit.
That's
oh, that's funny. But yeah. We done lost her. Tim, this is the quickest podcast. What are we all tired or what? What's going on here?
I mean, I was at a dance recital and I'm done.
Just done. Yeah. We didn't even get into no rants, nothing, kind of, sort of.
I mean, I ran it a little bit about the live stream, but like Sean, he wasn't even going to let me bring it up. He's like, I'm just going to say it now. I
got a solution. And that was the second time he said it. He told us before we could even get on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all good. Someone said we got Richland out west in Washington this weekend. We got Sorrel. It's going to be a good weekend of racing. We'll be chatting about it next week. You guys got any closing thoughts?
I do apologize for the lack of coverage this weekend in Decatur. From Chasing Tails, we were a little spread thin on crew for the TM special, but we got some point standings and stuff coming out hopefully in the next couple of days, and plan to do better next time.
There you go. I do have one more thing. Sunday, June 1st, the week before Decatur, Barber sends me this. I was like, dude, what are you doing? And then obviously he makes Decatur, wins the Eastern Divisionals. He says, come to Decatur. It'll be fun, they said. God dang it, Paul.
Hold on. What was that second picture? What was that second picture?
Epoxy on the boat. It's upside down again. So he's fixing something again.
Oh no, there was a better picture than that. There was a piece of another boat in his sponsor.
Oh man. That wood boat, the wood boat damaged the
wood boat took Paul's boat out for Sunday.
Oh geez.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. So he
know,
wasn't able to run on Sunday.
He got hit and all he heard was Geronimo.
That just came out my nose, man. Wrong time. Oh my god.
Oh man.
All
right, so
We got
Who's getting the goat? Who's getting the goat for the weekend?
Surely not Geronimo.
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't know. Well, it can't be anybody in Gunnersville. We didn't race.
It's definitely not live stream either.
Right. I think we should give it to the race promoter of the weekend. They went above and beyond. They did a great job. There was no rain delays that we sat through, no wind delays that we sat through. Just got shit done. I think it goes to Sean Bowser.
Sean Bowser, congratulations. Go to the weekend. Good job, bud. One hell of a race. Can't wait for next year. There's one word for this. Do I have to say it?
Dopey Dumper.
Dopey
What's
Dumper.
your word?
Geronimo! Kyle Johnson and John Brennan get the Dopey Dumper Award. Man. Hey. Here he is. You ready? Here's John Brennan. Kyle, cut through the infield. Don't look to your inside. Just cut through the infield.
but I'm at the start finish line.
Man. You
There
know,
you
we all
go.
make don't be too bad on yourselves. We all make stupid mistakes from
Stuff
time to time,
happens.
but this one
Sometimes you get skid fin stuck in your boat.
and now this time you get the Dopey Dumper Award, and congratulations. I
There
gotta
we
do
go.
it one more time. Geronimo!
I guess we found a new soundbite.
Dude, somebody's got to get on. I think I think our radios are still programmed to the Hearn frequency. So somebody jump on our radios this weekend and Sorrel right before Barber goes out. Geronimo.
Follow me like this, like get out my way.
Get out. I'm getting out. Something tells me he ain't gonna think it's as funny as we do.
No.
I mean, the bad thing is the Geronimo team, they had their boat fixed that night. And here's Paul sitting on the trailer with like a 3-foot gash from the Geronimo just down the sponsor. I don't know how the boat finished. I mean, because it was on the right-hand side, and you know, good thing it was a big record course, because if he had to turn really hard, that sponson was digging in and just ripping off. But
Oh, geez. Wow.
But, you know,
Gotta
Paul
love
will have it fixed better than ever, and it'll be out kicking. I'm not saying it because I'm not cursing him.
Yeah,
we're
not doing that.
We're not
Do
picking
we need
Paul ever.
Do we need to pick winners for this weekend, or we're just
Let's
let it
all
play
right.
out?
Let's go. Let's go 2.5.
We can't vote on that. We're in the class.
We can still pick a winner, just can't pick ourselves.
Okay.
Ready? I'm going. Fat boy or big boy? Fat boy?
Fat boy.
Isn't it Fat
Alex
boy?
Leduc?
Yeah.
Is he
Alex
in that?
Leduc? Yeah.
He's in 2.5 again. Okay.
Yeah. I'm picking. I think so.
I don't know.
I don't
I
know,
raced
we'll have to
HRL yet
tune to
this
the
year.
HRL.
Well, if he's there, that's who I'm picking.
There you go.
All right, Austin, who you going?
Sheesh. I don't know. Maybe Aiden Sovey. Let's throw a wrench in there. No, it's a fast boat. He's got a good head on his shoulders racing usually, and
Yeah.
I think he can pull it out.
That's cool.
There you go. I did confirm by the HRL app that Fat Boy Racing is in the S class.
And he's got I believe he's got a Honda too.
Yep. I think I'm gonna go with Bennett. It's kind of like Kyle last year.
No,
Had
I
the
forgot
Ford
about
versus the
Bennett.
Honda, and probably just gonna freaking send it. I mean, totally chaotic
I-
out there.
I totally forgot about Bennett, because when I think
Yep.
of that boat, I think it's in the F class.
Yeah.
Like I just
Should be,
automatically
yeah.
assume it's in the F class.
Well,
That's
yeah.
cool. That's cool. Good picks. Some good picks.
I might have to say that I think the Fords actually might, after driving one of the Hondas, I think the Fords do possibly have a little bit of an advantage at the rougher, crazier courses. You let
Yeah,
off
they're-
the Honda at all, and it just takes takes that second or two to spool back up and get going again. Versus, I mean, you get that with the carburetor on Ford, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's what you saw last year in Sorrel too. So if the Honda's in lane one and they get pinched a little bit, then Fords might be able to shine.
All right. What about this F class?
That's a hard one.
I'm gonna play it safe and go with Al Thompson's had that thing singing. I think it's gonna keep singing.
There you go. I mean, just take the one from the top. I'm gonna go for the one that's sitting last in points right now, sitting 12th, has not even attended a race yet. Sam Tremblay.
Okay.
Whoa! I'm going Sam Tremblay too. I didn't even think about you. Hey,
Hometown race for them boys.
How that thing looked in Bahornwall last year.
If it runs anything like it does in Bahornwall, you better watch out. That thing's going to be hauling the mail.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right. So we got a picks
350.
for that. Let's go 350. Man, there's too many of them to pick. I have my pick, but I ain't saying his name. But so I'll have to pick someone else.
Let's see. I'm gonna go with the Dog Nasty because they ran in so many tight races there in Sorrel last year that I think Tommy's poised for the victory this weekend.
I'm gonna say he's gonna fail until he keeps failing and they fire him and hire me because I want to drive the boat. I'm just gonna say.
Just like the blue.
I do that. This boats look so awesome, and it handles real well too. I was watching it a lot at Cambridge. He would let it fly here and there, but the boat really doesn't do too many stupid things unless you're at Valleyfield and you just fly it way too much. But no, it's a really good boat, and I like the way it handles.
Is that your pick?
Well, I want to pick the one, but I can't pick him because we're not setting him up for that curse this year.
There's 18 other boats. Come on.
Okay. I'm going Patrick Hayworth, game on.
Good pick. Solid. All right, Austin.
Going with the boy Eric McKenna. I think.
All right.
He's pulling it around.
Did you pick him? Did you pick him for Cambridge?
I did, but he's gonna.
Here's what I love.
He's gonna get it.
I think you got a good pick there, but here's what I love. And again, we get into a topic about points championships and how they should be run, but the whole top 10 of H350, you can't see my screen, is separated by 17 points. Like
That's
the top
insane.
5 is by 7 points. Like it's just a close championship after a full weekend of racing in Cambridge. Like that's just so cool. I'd love to see take that in the APVA format points and tell me how much that would be or how many heats you would take to catch up. Because I just feel like that 25 for one, it's less numbers, so it's easier for me to figure out positions.
I also
these point standings.
I would like to pick Tyler, but Tyler's got to find that speed that he lost a couple years ago. He finds that
he
speed,
had it until
man.
that sponsor ripped off.
Yeah, that sponsor ripped off, and I don't know what happened. Maybe it's just
I think
Tyler.
they should try. Yeah, I was gonna say maybe they should try a different driver.
Yeah. I mean, come on, Tyler, you got to step it up, bud. Let's go.
All right, Jersey Skiffs. You got 6 of them this week.
I'm not the 45. I'm going to the Yippin' and Yimmy.
There you go.
Whoever can survive.
Because the 45 fried their engine at Cambridge at Decatur.
Oh no.
Water line was off.
Oh, dang. Poor Jimmy's working hard this week then.
Knowing Jimmy, he's probably like, let me take the engine out of my boat. You can have it. Yeah. That's just how Jimmy is. But I mean, that sucks. But they kept running. They didn't stop.
Oh, wow.
Someone radioed in and said, hey, check your water temperature. And then they looked at it and it was up. And so they slowed down and they slowed down more, like on the throttle, and it just kept going up. And then when they passed the starting line, they shut it off. So they could have stopped and saved it. But I guess when you drive, I don't know, rebuild an engine or just waste a Eastern Divisional Championship. I'm not. in the heat of the moment, go for the championship.
Yeah, for sure. First one for him. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'd probably go
yeah,
for it.
for
Come
sure.
on, Bob. We know you wouldn't even slow down. You would be like, gauges? What gauges?
Yeah, water temp. Where's that gauge?
Water temp. We even have one of those?
I would have radioed back. I'm not wearing my watch.
Yeah.
Been like, what?
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna stick with this local boy trend. I think Louis comes out, and he was pretty fast last year. I'd like to see him get one in the local hometown crowd. I'm sure he's been out there testing. He knows the
Oh, yeah.
water's good.
He's been creeping up the last couple of years.
All right, now the elusive one. Pro Hydro.
What?
Blue Water
Crickets.
Special.
I'm going with
Yeah.
Game Charette.
Yep.
I'm going
Yeah.
Game Charette.
That boat's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's fast.
Yes. You
Yeah,
know,
he's
it's
a
pretty
great
cool for
driver.
him. Pretty cool for him. You know, it's jumps up from 2.5 to the Pro Hydro. It's got to be pretty exciting for him. Larger boat, you know, get a taste of something different for a change.
Yeah.
You know, he's been
in
around
2.5
driving.
forever.
He's been around driving 2.5 forever. So it's pretty cool to see him be able to do that.
Yep. That'll be exciting.
I cannot confirm or deny a rumor because I have no clue. I just heard, but I don't even know who told me this.
Mario Blaine's gonna be there.
I haven't seen a post. He ain't going if there's no
No.
to
no
be
post.
continued post. That Calvin will be in Valleyfield in the Pro Hydro class running Schaller's boat, but with his GNH engine in it.
Wow. It's interesting. Oh,
Isn't that a heavy boat?
yeah. Very.
I mean,
heavy.
I know you can try to. I know they made some changes, but taking weight out.
Yeah,
of
it
the
might be
boat-
lighter now. I'm not sure how
Yeah,
light
I'm
they
not
could have made
sure.
it. I know St. Cyr did all that work to it, so it might be light now. I don't know.
I'm not sure, but that'll be interesting if that is a true rumor.
I think he should have just put a Type 4 in the too hot center.
You know what? Valleyfield should be like, we need to step our game up with this Pro Hydro class.
Yeah,
Cal,
we need both.
don't switch engines in a boat. Just bring the too hot. Bring the too
Yep.
hot.
Yep.
Because you want something exciting. Let him start a half a lap behind everyone else.
And then we could
That
do
boat's stupid.
an invitational again in GP, and he'd probably whoop up on us.
I'm telling you, man, that would be exciting. They got to bring that boat back out. Watching Cal in that boat, it's something else, man.
Yeah.
It is something else. Did you see Jimmy Johnson's driving the Atlas?
Oh yeah.
Atlas
He's
boat.
gonna finally run the Blue Blaster. That's cool. That'd be neat.
Now what? All right. So it's cool. There's vintage and everything. It's cool getting Jimmy Johnson in a boat. I know it's trying to get eyes on our sport. You want to get eyes on our sport? How about Bruce Ratchford bring out Sharky, put Jimmy Johnson in it for a few laps, put him in a actual current race boat, and let him go run laps. You want eyes on the sport? You want people? That will be it right there. A vintage? I mean, come on. That's like me. That's like me sitting at the local race car track when they have a vintage day and everyone's bringing out their vintage race car. It's like, it's cool for a parade lap, but after that, I don't want to watch it anymore.
Yeah.
But
I definitely think they could do it differently. I know there's a storyline with him in the Blue Blaster,
Yeah,
I guess.
yeah.
But still, like, do that and then put him in one and see how fast he can go. Like, can he get up
Get
to
his-
speed? Like,
yeah.
that'd be neat.
get his dunk test. Get his dunk test. Put him in the heat in the outside. You can't say the guy's not qualified to go fast. Come on now.
Right.
Seven-time NASCAR Cup champion. But no, that's what they need to do. Someone needs to actually get someone like Jimmy Johnson in a current race boat, and you want eyes on the sport. That's it right there. Not eyes on the guy running a vintage boat.
Right. I agree with that. Austin, wake up.
Oh, I'm
Just
awake.
got attacked.
I'm
Bro.
working on chasing. I'm working on the point standings.
Point standings. There you go. I just like his F1 cars crashing behind him.
Isn't it
And
beautiful?
it's set up that way.
I need to replace the one car that's not an F1
Whoa,
car.
whoa.
But
Can we move
worry.
Verstappen down to where you have Lando? Like, come on, man.
Lando's in first. They're leading the championship right now. Well, it's actually Oscar. So.
Oscar.
I like Oscar better than Lando. Lando's a cocky little bastard sometimes.
You know what? I would like them to switch seats. I would like Lando or Oscar getting Verstappen's getting them and see what happens.
Yeah.
Can
They
they
ain't gonna
handle
touch
the
him.
sharpness?
They ain't going to touch him.
Nope.
So, all right, let's not get off on a tangent on F1. Come on now. But I am going to download the new F1 game and start going at that because I hear it's really good.
There you go.
So,
I think that about wraps it up on Chasing Tails.
Yeah.
I think we hit on all the subjects, right? We
don't hit on it with a hammer.
it's hammer time.
Hammer time. Oh man, I'm waiting. All right, I know we're going to catch shit for that.
I don't
Ready.
think he's even watching this time.
Oh man, he must be out running for mayor.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess we wrapped it up. We're just sitting here bullshitting. So, some good racing in Decatur over the weekend. Some good flag flying out of Guntersville over the weekend. All in all, cool thing is, Dave came out all right from his accident. Boat racers have accidents.
Paul Barber came out all right after getting Geronimo'd.
Geronimo!
all the offshore guys that flipped are okay too. Oh,
And then there's the OnlyFans chick with the offshore boat.
yep.
That's cool.
Go look her up, demonbikini.com.
How do you know that? It's like
It was
rolls
parked
off
right
your,
by us, man.
it
And
runs
then-
off your tongue so
Then
easily.
I got my brother-in-law coming up. He's like, "Yo, check this out" on his phone. I'm like, "God dang, how many pictures you got on that thing, bro?" He's like, "That's her." I was like, "All right then,
That's
Yep.
her.
it matches, checks out."
Did he go up there like, hey, I'm a kicker in college.
Yeah, I'm sure he did.
You want to see my kicking leg? So
Oh, good
anyway,
time.
all in all, everyone raced this weekend. Everyone's back home safe, and
we got a backlog of content. We got a lot of videos we're about to start posting. We got a lot from that driving school that we're going to start editing, getting out there. Some cool stuff. So Decatur, Guntersville, everywhere we got content from. We're still looking for people that can help us with these cameras. So if you know someone that's going to be at Sorrel, we have cameras. We'll hand them out. Just get some footage.
if you look in our inbox, we have a lady from Cambridge that said she would be more than willing to help do the camera thing. So,
oh yeah,
our APBA event comes up. We have someone to help us with that. So,
Yep, perfect. So yeah, we're still looking for that, and obviously West Coast guys, if you guys got any content, cell phone, anything, like send it to us. We want to give y'all some love too. I know Jetson said that he'd be our pit reporter for the weekend, give us the results, stuff like that. Maybe hop on, give us a recap next week. So trying to give some love. It's hard for us East Coast boys to handle it all, but we're doing our best we can. And that wraps it up. Austin, you want to hit us with the outro? You awake?
Nope.
Okay.
Not enough.
This was episode 53 of Chasing Tails. Like, subscribe, follow, and we'll see you next week.
Geronimo!